Okay, we are live and ready to roll.
Okay, I call this regular Board of Education meeting to order at 7 p.m. Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Jennifer Whitley. Here. Chris Hamilton.
Here.
Erica Peterson. Here. Jillian Phelps.
Here.
John Ruggles.
Here.
Fred Skepstrom.
Here.
Lisa Booster. Here.
All rise for pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, do we have any public comments?
We do.
Okay,
First one is Malia Nels.
welcome.
Yeah, I hope you all are having an amazing night. I am a Milburn alum, class of 21, and I am here to donate a award-winning piece of photography I have to you all. To this, I asked, do you guys want to unwrap it? It's this mysterious package that's in the living room, or would you like me to? I am fine with either.
I defer to our president.
All in favor of opening the package as a board, say aye. I think you get the honor.
This piece is based off of Greek, the myth of Icarus from Greek mythology. This is something I learned during our Greek mythology unit in 6th grade here at Milburn, and I hold it very dear to my heart. This is where most of my pieces are based off of, is in fact Greek mythology. So this piece is based off the myth of Icarus in the sun. It has won a gold key in Scholastic Art and Writing Award, which is a regional competition. It did manage to go to nationals, but it did not place. But for the regional competition, it was in the top 7% of portfolios. It's one of my pieces, which is called The Fall. I have an artist statement here as well as my certificate.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We love to see when alumni come back and share their talent with us and going so far and share what they're passionate about. I really like to see that. On behalf of Milburn School District, I accept this.
Hang on.
No, you're good. No. She did in the middle, right?
Yeah, go in the middle, you can find out.
There we go.
If we can, we'll go ahead and we can get.
Just watch the court forward.
Oh, that's all.
There we go.
Really quick, if we can have Mr. Jorgensen, Mr. Walshire,
Absolutely.
and Dr. Lynn, and
Totally.
Mr. Roscoe, and her art teacher, and everyone around him. You. Yeah.
Or maybe her art teacher?
Yeah.
Who is your art teacher?
Mrs. Schweitzer.
Do you want to hold this with her?
Yeah.
The
board can get in there too if they want to. I mean, we appreciate that you accepted
A
it.
lot more people than
Yeah.
others do.
We appreciate it, that's
Perfect.
because all of you guys played a factor in accepting.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean.
Is on our way to Knox College, is that
Yes.
dating next fall, and we've got many scholarships and we're excited.
You say that was national?
It moved on to the national category of judging. Sadly, it didn't place, but it did place top 7% for regional, and then national would be top 5%.
Got in there.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Congratulations.
And it was the
Congratulations.
first one for Gray's Lake North that placed gold key
Wow,
for regional.
Wow.
Very cool.
congratulations.
Congrats.
There you go.
That's amazing. Well, that's the best part of the board meeting.
Yeah, right.
So we ended on a high note.
Yeah.
A few people wouldn't be getting paid then, so. Are there any other public comments?
I don't have a.
So, Board, Dr. Lynn, I'm Suzanne DeCoursey, President of Milburn Federation of Teachers. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about one of our graduates from Milburn who received a scholarship. So we're just kind of celebrating all of our Milburn students. So MFT chooses one high school graduate who is a Milburn grad to receive a scholarship toward a school of their choice. MFT has given out nearly $10,000 in scholarships over the last several years. We had 18 students apply this year. These students were from all the area high schools, Warren, Lakes High School, Grays Lake North, and Grays Lake Central. So I don't know if we had a student that moved. I had the privilege of attending Lakes High School Honor Night last week to present the scholarship to this year's winner. And I was so impressed by all the Milburn graduates who are earning the scholarships. I did want to showcase this and leave it here. You will recognize a lot of the names. A lot of our Milburn students got a lot of scholarships at Lakes. I was not at Warren. I was not at Grays Lake, but I'm hearing our kids are doing awesome everywhere and getting money for the schools that they need to. So I wanted to also share the essay from our winner this year, and our winner from Lakes High School was Julia Blazinski. The prompt that we gave all the people who read it is describe an event or program you experienced while a student at Milburn that helped to shape, inspire, reveal the goals you currently have for your education or career. And this is Julia's words. I was constantly reminded by a poster in the Milburn Middle School gymnasium that stated, integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. I read that poster daily as I walked into the locker room before PE class, and now it is a quote that guides me in my life as a student athlete. The gymnasium was always my favorite place at school because it allowed me to move my body and also fit in. Whether I was running laps to the song that never ended, playing dodgeball, or practicing for track and field, I often reflected on the meaning of that small paper. I remember sitting in my squad lines giving the task to complete a few exercises before our PE activity when I noticed many classmates rushing through the exercises. However, I felt the need to complete the exercises correctly, even if that meant finishing last. This was when I first realized that doing the right thing isn't always about recognition, but about personal accountability. The lesson of integrity extended my way beyond gymnasium as I continued into high school. I found myself returning to the values I learned from the Milburn Middle School. I'm currently participating in dance, gymnastics, and track and field, all of which repetition and persistence are important. Through these athletics, I remind myself almost every day that real progress happens when no one is watching, whether that's staying late to perfect a routine or practicing drills at home. I'm planning to compete in track and field in my college years as well. Additionally, in my academics, I'm always giving my best effort, even though the teacher doesn't necessarily see all the work I put into it. By being in the AIM classes with Mrs. Sinkus and Mrs. Stream and being excelled mathematics with Mrs. Jacobs, Ms. Berg, and Ms. McGill, I found my love for mathematics. That is why I'd like to pursue a major in mathematics with a concentration in actuarial science. I would not be where I am today without my AIM in general education from Milburn. Overall, the poster in the gym was more than just words on paper. It became a standard I held myself to in every aspect of my life. I now realize how a simple piece of paper in the gym shaped who I am today. It allows me to hold myself accountable and have pride in doing the right thing, whether I'm pushing through challenges in my sports, striving for academic success, or helping others. The lesson of integrity continues to guide my choices. As I move forward, I carry this Milburn value of integrity with me, knowing that it will always allow me to thrive in my future endeavors as a student athlete and a human being. I thought you guys would like to hear that. Yeah, thank you guys. And Lakes actually mentioned this year they were giving out, the students received about close to $3 million in scholarship money at Lakes.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Are there any more public comments? Okay. Would anybody like to add any non-action items to the agenda? Okay. Also, that would include for closed session. Currently, we do not have anything for closed session. If anybody wants to add anything for that. Okay, perfect. All right, first reading of board policies. Let's go. A policy. committee?
Sure, I mean,
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone. We reviewed the policy changes briefly. There's not really very many changes in here, but they largely pertain to what I assume are small legal changes related to Title IX. So there's a number of very small wording changes related to Title IX throughout these policies.
Okay,
I didn't see anything in there that we needed to specifically discuss or review as a board.
No, I agree.
all right.
But
Anybody
it
else?
basically reverts back to the 2020 legal guideline from Department of Ed. Office of Civil Rights for Title IX. So, yeah, thank you.
It does note the superintendent will be appointing the Title IX coordinator now. I assume that's a reversion to how it was previously rather than.
Yes, and also I am the Title IX coordinator.
Okay, excellent.
So that
So you'll be appointing yourself?
Yeah. Kind of. There's a coordinator and then there's two investigators, complaint managers, and we want to have one male, one female in that group. The Title IX coordinator doesn't do the investigations, they just take the complaint and then manage the process to make sure it works, which I would do anyway, so
Mhm.
makes sense.
Okay, action items, approval of the salary rate sheet and salary increases for fiscal year 26. These were primarily non-union positions and certain positions that absorbed additional responsibilities from restructuring staffing. Any questions, comments? Need a motion to approve?
I move to approve the salary rate sheet for the increases for FY 26.
Second,
Second.
we please call the roll.
Jennifer Glickman,
Yes.
Chris Hamilton,
Yes.
Erica Peterson,
Yes.
Jillian Phelps,
Yes.
John Ruggles,
Yes,
Brad Stentrum,
Yes.
and Lisa Brewster.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Excellent. Next item, approval of Canon lease for copiers and printers in the amount of $937 per month for 54 months. So we're tacking this on to our previous lease of several other copiers and printers, replacing ones that are in individual classrooms. We'll save on toner and yeah, people seem to like it.
Chris, you had some questions actually, did he?
I think the questions were answered.
Really?
I think what we're talking about is a change that we're gonna need to measure over time to assess how the impact of this change affects that, but I don't see any concerns with it based on what's written.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the Canon lease for copiers and printers.
Second,
Please call the roll, Ms. Sewell.
Chris Hamilton,
Yes.
Erica Peterson,
Yes.
Jillian Phelps,
Yes.
John Ruggles,
yes,
Brad Stentrum,
Yes.
Lisa Brewster. Yes. And Jennifer Glickman.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Excellent. Next item, approval of the treasurer's bond for fiscal year 26. We're required to have a bond to cover ourselves if need be. Is there anything else like to add?
Pretty much summarizes it.
All right. Is there a motion to approve the treasurer's bond?
I move to approve the treasurer's bond for fiscal year 26.
A second.
Ms. Sully.
Erica Peterson,
Yes.
Jillian Phelps.
Yes.
John Ruggles,
yes,
Brad Stentrum,
Yes.
Lisa Brewster,
Yes.
Jennifer Glickman,
Yes.
and Chris Hamilton.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Approval of resolution authorizing and directing the transfer of interest. There's certain scenarios where we're allowed to transfer interest and specific funds that we can transfer it to. So while some of our funds are growing for us and we need it in other areas, we're going into the gen ed. Okay. Questions?
so you talked about last week, right?
Yes.
So moving the interest from the working cash fund and debt service fund into education, so it can better be used for students.
Is there a motion to approve?
I move to approve the resolution authorizing directing the transfer of interest.
Second.
Ms. Sully?
Jillian Bolt,
Yes.
John Ruggles,
Yes.
Brett Stepson,
Yes.
Lisa Rooster,
Yes.
Jennifer Glickly,
Yes.
Chris Hamilton,
Yes.
and Erica Peterson.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. 6E, approval of consolidated flooring change order in the amount of $3,072. Getting some floors redone, including the carpet in here. Prices change.
So this change order is to,
Remove these plates?
removing the metal plates throughout this room.
Mhm.
That request came in after the original contract was agreed upon with consolidated flooring. So the plates will be removed, a metal, I guess, cover will go underneath of it and the carpet will look seamless.
So we have no use for these metal plates anymore.
We do not use their electrical outlets.
Mhm.
We haven't used them in 25 years, and they're trip hazard,
Yep.
so out they go. And we pulled all the wires out of the floor and just cover them up, carpet over them, and we should be fine.
What's the difference between this one and the next one? Looks identical.
The next one
But
is,
the
The
amount,
next one adds raised areas. For seating.
we do two separate ones for that?
there are two separate change orders. If you can pull up my, business office report, I have a picture. It's for the riser section on the other side of the media center here. There are some steps. When the quote was created by Consolidated Flooring originally, they were looking simply at a flat map of the square footage and didn't see that those were stepped areas. So the additional change order is for the nosing, the rubber nosing and the additional carpet for steps.
Just out of curiosity, how do they approach you and say, oh, well, we didn't really quote you the right amount or?
Pretty much like that. They come in multiple times and then saw that there were steps there.
And then did you say, well, you missed it, so,
We tried
okay.
that first, and then they said, nope.
I mean, this wouldn't have made a difference for another bid, right? Or-
Not at all. Well, this is through a consortium, the Sourcewell Consortium. So there was not a bid. I'll also throw out that Consolidated Flooring. We have a great partnership with them. We also did not know that there was carpet in Mr. Corsi's room and they're putting that in for free. So it's probably kind of a wash and
So you got something.
yeah, we got some.
All right.
Yeah,
They've been good to work
They-
with.
yeah,
They're
they've been good to
fair
us.
pricing.
Very cool.
It's a state bid pricing already, so we don't have to go out to bid with them, which is nice, because they've already done the bidding process through the state, so it's a good, fair price. And they do a good job. We appreciate that.
I move to approve the consolidated flooring change order in the amount of $3,072.
Second.
Ms. Sully?
John Ruggles,
Yes.
Brett Stepson,
Yes.
Lisa Rooster,
Yes.
Jennifer Glickly,
Yes.
Chris Hamilton,
Yes.
Erica Peterson,
Yes.
and Jillian Bolt.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. 6F, the approval of consolidated flooring change order in the amount of $5,475.61. Riser area.
I move to approve the consolidated flooring change order in the amount of $5,475.61.
Second.
Ms. Sully?
Brett Stepson,
Yes.
Lisa Rooster,
Yes.
Jennifer Glickly,
Yes.
Chris Hamilton,
Yes.
Erica Peterson,
Yes.
Jillian Bolt,
Yes.
and John Ruggles.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. 6G, approval of Sunbelt Rentals, Inc., contracting the amount of $3,247.47. Just get a quick.
Yeah, sure. That's a new one added. We put it on the agenda for next year. It's for the 24-hour challenge lighting that we've done every year. But Carly and I have talked about, how much do we want to put in front of the board? Are we gonna do all the little ones? And we just decided with new board members, just to be completely transparent and let you know what we're spending money on. it's a good idea. So we may not in the future have it on the board agenda. It would be in the consent agenda as part of that, but not approval for this amount, because these are pretty small amounts.
And it's for multiple lights to get the area
Yeah.
that they're
Oh, yeah.
running and spending that out. So it's not just one parking lot light. It's
No, it's
A few standards, yeah. They roll them out
And-
there.
Yeah, there's a few different places, yeah.
9.
okay. Any other questions? Is there a motion to approve?
I move to approve the Sunbelt Rentals contract in amount of 3247.47. FY 26.
Second,
Ms. Sully?
Lisa Booster? Yes. Jennifer Quigley?
Yes.
Chris Hamilton?
yes.
Erica Peterson?
Yes.
Jillian Phillips?
Yes.
John Ruggles?
Yes.
Brett Stetser?
Yes.
Motion passed.
6H, approval of cartwheel contract in the amount of $12,500. This is the therapy resource intervention that Mr. Rowland spoke about last week. Is there any questions or comments?
Can I just get one clarifying question? This is a 1-year contract, so we're not locked in if it doesn't turn out the way that we hoped it would.
And to clarify, this is coming out of Medicaid funds that we were receiving.
Do we have any stipulation that if the funding falls through, we're off the hook, or that's still just?
I think, we did ask for, the ability to get out of the contract early if we were not satisfied with their services, nothing specific to funding falling through, but the amount is somewhat low enough. I feel like we could maybe find some money in the IDEA grant or in other places.
Excellent, thank you.
And we got, is this 5? Or am I
25.
25.
5? And they don't carry over.
Mhm.
We don't use them.
I
Sure.
move to approve the cartwheel contract in the amount of $12,500 for FY 26.
Second.
Ms. Sully?
Jennifer Quigley?
Yes.
Chris Hamilton?
Yes,
Erica Peterson?
Yes.
Jillian Phillips?
Yes.
John Ruggles?
Yes.
Brett Stetser?
Yes.
And Lisa Booster?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Excellent, thank you. All right, 6I, approval of the consent agenda, moving some minutes, payroll authorization, gotta pay. People want to get paid. That's- And teachers coming and going, summer staff. Questions?
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Ms. Sully,
Is-
Oh.
We could
This is
just
I.
do wastewater. Right?
well, but paying bills,
Oh, no.
salary,
Just paying it?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Chris Hamilton?
yes.
Erica Peterson?
Yes.
Jillian Phillips?
Yes.
John Ruggles?
yes.
Brett Stetser?
Yes.
Lisa Booster?
Yes.
Jennifer Quigley?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Excellent. Little Heroes contract for 26, discussion. Anybody? Wanna-
Little Heroes.
Would you like to share anything on it?
That's the company that our physical therapists. And we contract for services. 3 days a week. We're a full-time physical therapist. In our district. She's been with us for. Very long. Best of the best, so. We like to continue the services 3 days a week.
And she used to be an employee of the district, right? And then she
At
went off.
one
Or was it-
point,
Okay.
yes, it was before your time. Yeah. And her children attend this district. Did attend.
So then this would be on the approval for our meeting in June.
Correct.
Future 8, future agenda items, policy updates that we had the first reading of.
And the Little Heroes
And
contract,
oh,
it's not.
I
listed
got
in our
it.
Future, but I'm assuming that's gonna be out.
yes, that makes sense.
Anything else we can come up with? Just a reminder that we don't have a regular committee of the whole meeting. That June 9th meeting is gonna be board training and that'll be all closed session, so there won't be any discussion unless there's something urgent that comes up, then we can do that, but
Will we still approve these in that meeting? Or do
no,
We need to do that public
This will
session
be-
in July.
June 20,
Oh, later.
The later one.
First one's just not a committee.
Yep.
Gotcha.
that last June, I think it's June 23rd.
Excellent. That's about right.
Yep.
But that will be at the middle school though.
Both June
Yep,
meetings
yeah.
will be at the middle school because of the carpeting here, so
Did you just say that?
I didn't.
No.
Okay.
Good call.
All right. Okay, superintendent report.
We're hanging in there and winding down. the Rest of the school year, we've got 8 days left, so lots of fun activities, 8th grade celebration on Thursday night with the dance. And meals with parents and the farewell celebration Thursday night, and then graduation ceremony, promotion ceremony on Tuesday night.
Weather looks good for that. I know we're 8 days out, but.
Yeah.
It actually looks like the best day.
It's great.
Yes, we hope for good weather. No wind, calm, and about 68 degrees. Be perfect.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
that's actually what's called for, a little sunny and 67, I think it's.
Sun or not, we could have 72 and cloudy and no wind would be fine. 68 sunny, it's okay too.
It's
I'll see
asking
what
a
I
lot
can do.
of Chicago weather. You're
Very
asking a
narrow
lot.
range.
Make it every 12 minutes.
Okay, Carly, do you have anything to report?
Nothing to report, just we'll need lots of signatures.
I brought my good pen.
Perfect.
Excellent. Board reports.
I want to shout out the second grade team. Today, they did, I think they had extra funds in their field trip, so we did the plate, me and my son for second grade. It was a lot of fun. So many parents showed up for it, so I really enjoyed it and I appreciate that event. I thought it was really well done, so it was fun. I enjoyed my morning.
Yes.
Mhm.
I attended the concert last week, which was excellent as always. I was very impressed, as I always am, with what he's able to do with our students. They sound very impressive.
Yeah.
It was excellent.
Awesome. Anybody else? I attended the talent show. It was standing room only, over 2 hours. It was K through 8, so a lot of talented students. Yes, I feel like it's grown every year. So that brings the possibility of maybe into the 10-year plan, think about adding an auditorium to the school, maybe. Then future, 10-year plan, 10-year plan.
You have an endowment out there?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I know. You never know.
Fun.
So what else we got? And I wanted to give a shout out to our executive admin assistant, Veronica Collins. She won her school board election in District 187 or Chicago. So nice to see our people doing things out there. There was a reading program we were participating in, the Kenosha Kingfish. It's been a year or two, but June 4th, they're having a teacher appreciation night. If the teachers want to head up to Kenosha and watch a ball game. All I'm not a paid advertiser. I just, it's a fun place to go. Anything else? Do I have we do not have closed session, motion to adjourn. Would you like to add something to close session? We can. Okay. All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I.
All right, I call this meeting adjourned. And so we got this thing from